Good afternoon, Miss. Here I will present about airport passenger handling in relation to IATA. Before introduce myself, my name is Esra Ruce Daniel Manurung. Okay, the material that will be discussed is A. Airport definitions, ground handling definitions, passenger handling definitions. B. IATA history, IATA city code, IATA vision and mission, IATA functions, IATA objective, IATA activities, and C. Working relationship between airport and IATA. Okay, A. The material first is airport definition. According to the Big Indonesian Dictionary, an airport is facilities where airplanes can take off and land. According to Annex 14 of ICAO, or International Civil Aviation Organizations, an airport is a certain area on land or in waters, or including buildings, installations, and equipment that is intended either in whole or in part for the arrival, departure, and movement of aircraft. In general, it can be concluded that an airport is an area or field which includes buildings, installation, and equipment which are moved to handle arrival, departure, and aircraft movements. The next material is ground handling definitions. Ground handling comes from the words ground and handling. Ground means land or on land, which in this case is called the airport. Handling comes from the word hand or handle, which means hand or handled. According to Wajid and Warpani, ground handling is an airline company activities related to the handling or service of passengers and their baggage, cargo, postal, auxiliary equipment for the movement of aircraft on the ground and the aircraft itself while at the airport, both for departure and for arrival. In general, it can be concluded that ground handling is general handling at the airport, which includes all aspects carried out by staff in accordance with their respective duties. In addition to the understanding of ground handling, there are also units that are in ground handling. Ground handling units are as follows. First, Passanger, which is a part of ground handling in handling passengers starting from the check-in process until passenger board the plane and handling the transit passenger process. Second, baggage handling or baggage checkers, loading master, and lost and found. Third, CRO or Certified Refueler Operator, namely officer who ensure that efficient flow is filled with the right type, right quality, right amount, and safe. 4. RAM, which is a unit that serves as a coordinator in the implementations of aircraft handling starting from block on planes to block of planes. 5. Cargo handling, namely service activities for cargo or goods or outgoing and entering through the airport, including loading, unloading, transferring from aircraft to stroke, arranging and storing the goods and handling them over to the owner or vice versa. 6. Operations. 7. Catering and 8. Security. Ground handling purpose. Ground handling has goals or targets to be achieved, namely 1. Flight safety, 2. On-time performance. 3. Customer satisfaction. 4. Reliability. Ground handling work limitations are in the following space of stakes. First, pre-flight. Handling activities for passengers and their baggage and cargo as well as ports and aircraft before departure or at the origin airport. Second, post-flight. Handling activities for passengers and their baggage and cargo as well as ports and aircraft after the flight or at the destination airport. The next material is passenger definitions. According to the Majati, passenger is any person who is transported or who must be transported on an airplane or other means of transportation on the basis of approval from the company or agency that organizes the air transportation. Passenger can be grouped into two groups, namely, first, passenger who board one car without paying, whether driver by the driver or a family member. Second, general passenger are passengers who take part in a trip in a vehicle by paying. The vehicle can be a bus, taxi, train, ship, or airplane. In general, it can It can be concluded that a passenger or passenger is someone who is transported on an airplane that already has an official ticket, except for members of the cabin crew or crew carrier. And the next material is passenger handling definitions. According to F.X. Widadi Adiswarno, passenger handling is the handling or service of passengers. According to him, a series of procedures for handling or serving passengers can be described in the following order. 1. Reservations, namely the process of booking a plane. 2. Fare calculation, namely the tariff calculation system. 3. Ticketing, namely the process of making the selling tickets. 4. Departure, namely the process of passenger departure service at the airport. 5. In-flight service, which is the process of serving passengers while off the plane. 6. Transit or transfer, namely the process of serving passengers in transit cities. 7. Arrival, namely the process of handling passengers at the airport of the destination city. In general, it can be concluded that passenger handling is the handling carried out of passengers at the airport, performing tasks by staff at check-in, check-out, ticket check, baggage check, and other. The next material is IATA history. International Air Transport Association or IATA is an international trade organization consisting of airlines. IATA, founded in April 1945 in Havana, Cuba. IATA is the successor to the International Air Traffic Association, which was founded in The Hague in 1919, the year the world's first scheduled international flights took place. The main purpose of establishing IATA is to help airlines to complete legal and achieve uniform in pricing. When it was founded, IATA had 57 members from 31 countries, mostly in Europe and North America. IATA now has more than 270 members from more than 140 countries in the world. IATA is now headquartered in Montreal, Canada. The next material is IATA City Code. The IATA Airport Code is a three-letter code used to designate airports around the world. These codes are compiled there 3 times a year in the IATA Airline Coding Dictionary. Not all of the IATA airport codes are each used for only one addrome. 323 out of 70,576 codes that can be used by more than one airport. One example of using this code is when the baggage tags that are affixed at check-in. The next material is IATA vision and mission. First, First, visions. IATA visions is to be a force to create value and innovation in safe, secure, and profitable driving for the air transport industry that sustainably connects and enriches our world. And the missions, IATA missions, into represent, lead, and serve the efficient industry. First, representing the efficient industry means increasing understanding of the air transport industry among the decision makers and increasing awareness of the benefits that efficiency brings to the national and global economy. Second, leading the efficient industry is to help airlines by simplifying process and increasing passenger comfort as well as reducing costs and increasing efficiency. 3. Serving the efficient industry means helping airlines to operate safely, comfortable, efficiently, and economical under clear regulations. The next material is IATA functions. IATA as an international efficient organization certainly has functions. The following functions of IATA are divided into 3 parts, namely, one functions for efficiency or islands. This organization provides an event to solve a problem on airlines faced by airlines. The organizations will have arranged travel routes and arranged flight schedule. The organizations also collects experience and information from more advanced airlines and shares those experience and information with other new airlines. Second, function for government and state. The function of IATA for the government and the state is to prepare ways to adjust international price and tariff, provide practical experience from several airlines, help create economical price for postal transportation, provide confidence that trade, safety, and comfort are services that are highly prioritized. And third, function for customer. The function of IATA for consumer of the public is to provide certainty of high operation standard everywhere, the existence of reasonable business practice from airlines, and there against to ensure that the flight price set are affordable by the community. The next material is IATA objective. The purpose of the establishment of this association is stated in the regulation that we can call the Article of Association among other as follows. 1. Declaring or promotion efficiency, safety, service accuracy on flight travel and economical air transportation. 2. Providing facilities for cooperating with other airline companies, both directly and indirectly, all of which remain in international air coordination service. 3. Cooperation cooperating with other international agencies or, or organizations. For example, in cooperation with the agency that regulates aviation regulation, namely ICAO. 4. Helping its members, namely airlines, so that fellow members can work together and implement an effective and uniform regulation system. Okay, the next material is IATA activities. An international organizations in the field of efficiency not only has a functions but also has activities. IATA has activities are first, maintain flight safety, publish schedule and determine international flight rates that are reasonable for the world community and help members to find solutions to efficiency problems. Second, cooperating with ICAO or International Civil Aviation Organizations, a United Nations organization engaged in aviation which was founded in 1944. Third, facilitate cooperations between several airline companies that are members either directly or indirectly. Um, the next material is C, working relationship between airports and IATA. In law number 1 of 2009, article 232, paragraph 3, it is stated that airport-related service, one of which is related service to support aircraft operation service activities at airport, which consists of providing aircraft hangars, aircraft repair shops, warehousing, aircraft catering, technical service for handling aircraft on the ground, passenger and baggage service, as well as cargo and postal handling. As an association, IATA is a pioneer, is open, non-political and democratic. Its membership is open to any company that has obtained permissions from its government that has become an IATA member. Within the membership of these organizations, there are two categories, namely active members and associate members. Active members are airline companies that fly international routes, while associations members are airline companies that are members of organizations that fly domestic routes. Active members of these organizations are divided into two categories, namely trade association and tariff coordinations. The entire scope of the object of ground handling activities must refer to the rules set by IATA. Based on this, it can be seen that the scope of ground handling work limits in the pre-flight and post-flight phase or stakes, namely handling passengers and aircraft while at the airport. Support from IATA is very important in the company to overcome the problems that occur. Support that can be provided such as uh, one, direction to airport company leaders to be more assertive in leading. Two, motivate the staff on airport employees. 3. Implement strict rules. 4. Create a comfortable work atmosphere. 5. Support resources such as providing adequate equipment as a means to facilitate an achievement of the goals to be achieved. Handling of passenger baggage must go through the procedures established by IATA. The baggage delivery procedure or process starts from: first, baggage checks by security checks. Second, baggage claim take and baggage weighing. Third, make payment if the baggage exceeds the provisions. Fourth, baggage is carried and put on the plane or loading process. 5. Arriving at the destination station, it is unloaded and unloaded. 6. Baggage conclusions after all processes are complete. One of the tasks of IATA is to create areas or zones. There are 3 zones or areas known as traffic conference or TC, namely TC1, TC2, and TC3. In addition, IATA also determines 10 global indicators or GI to indicate the types of trips for prospective, the types of trips for prospective air passengers. The function of the global indicator is to make it easier to calculate ticket price for international air flights. Uh, Airport code: IATA organized the code with airport letters to make it simpler. Changes in the name of airport in the world began in the 1930s. At that time, only 2 letters were used. Some airports use special codes for military airports and are not listed as public airports. Other airline and travel industry organizations are: 1. INACA or Indonesian Air Civil Associations. 2. UFTA or Universal Federation of Travel Agents Associations. 3. ASITA or Association of the Indonesian Tour and Travel Agents. IATA is the international organization of the world's largest airline company, which has a reliable network and system. By collaborating with IATA, it will grant the acclarations for revenue receipts. Okay, Miss, that's all I can present. I apologize if there are mistakes in pronunciations, and I thank you.